Imagine your 4 or 5-year-old son coming in with a gaping head wound as you're changing your 2-year-old daughter. I think I get a lot of my confidence from my mom way back in the day, actually. Part of the sets that I have out right now is I was the kid in kindergarten that had to wear a helmet to school.
Oh, that's right. I've heard you talk about it. So what kind of a helmet was it?
It was a bright orange motorcycle helmet. Bright orange. Yep. I didn't. I wasn't
like a motorcycle, like the old school Evil Knievel.
That style.
But it was bright orange.
Yeah, because I had a head injury right in the front of the skull. Whoa. My dad was out mowing the grass, and I wanted to go watch him mow the grass. So I went outside to watch. My mom was inside changing my sister. My sister's 3 years younger than me, so she was 2. And I get outside, a rock shoots out the side of the lawnmower. Boom!
Oh my God!
I got a scar right there. I don't know if they can see it, but yeah, I do have a plate in the forehead. So long before death punch.
Wow!
Already metal as fuck.
Did that result in? Did you get a concussion?
Likely a concussion. Yeah, okay. I mean it was a cracked skull. When the rock hit me, my dad said I stumbled back, chuckled for a second, I then saw the blood pouring down my face. Ran around the house twice. I went into the house after running 2 full rotations around the outside of the house, and I still remember my mom's face like when I ran in. Imagine your 4 or 5-year-old son coming in with a gaping head wound as you're changing your 2-year-old daughter.
Wow.
Like, yeah, I still remember that. But there was a very specific point, and I talked to my therapist about this. I'd forgotten about it. There was a point in life where I could have gone one way or the other, and my mom said something that stuck with me and changed my perspective of what I was going through at that point. Now, wearing a helmet to school, you can definitely get a complex from that.
Of course.
The attention from everybody.
I'll bet there are kids to this day that forgot your name, like who are like, remember the helmet kid?
Yep, probably.
They just remember he's the helmet kid.
Yeah, but my mom, wonderful, wonderful moment, and this is my mom to a T. She was telling me, I had to go get the motorcycle helmet, and she looked at me. She's like, "How cool are you that you are the one kid that gets to wear a motorcycle helmet?"
Wow,
a motorcycle helmet to school, and I was like, "Yeah, you're right, Mom." Because I mean, I've loved motorcycles ever since I was little,
Wow.
And yeah, I was the kid that not had to wear a bright orange motorcycle helmet. So
wow.
Yeah, that definitely developed a charming personality because I had to win people over.
Yeah,
and yeah, it all started right there.
How long did you have to wear the helmet?
I don't remember exactly. Yeah, I couldn't remember. Maybe 3 months or so, because I had like literally like open basically wound until they put a plate in the forehead.
Did your parents ever tell you that you had any change in personality after that?
No.
I asked because I know Sam Kinison, and I think I heard that Roseanne Barr also were in serious accidents when they were kids. Sam was hit by a truck.
Mm-hmm.
When he was a kid, and his family said his personality changed after that. He was always different after that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's always this question like, well, maybe that's what made him different in the way he looked at life and had that unique perspective on life.
Yeah.
I always quote that one. There was a Sam Kinison piece that he did before he was famous. A comedian who used to work at the Comedy Store gave me a tape of him doing stand-up where he did a whole thing about Nostradamus, and he said, he goes, "Man, I'm reading about this guy, Nostradamus. And here's a guy who, during his time, was able to predict major world wars and even predicted the rise of Hitler and almost named the guy." Which, if you know anything about the writings of this guy, Nostradamus, he made all these predictions that came true
Mm-hmm.
or came pretty close. There were some really wildly accurate things that happened. And one of them was around the time frame of when Hitler would come up, and around the same part of the world, he said the great hister will rise.
Oh, damn.
And he spelled it Hister, the great hister.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam Kinison said, And I'm reading this. It's very fascinating. And I said, well, wait a second. Wait a second. What if history hasn't even shown up yet? What if this is the guy that's going to make Hitler look like a pussy? Oh, like, and he just, and that insane paranoia was like, wow, what a brilliant, but wonderfully broken mind you have.
Absolutely.
You know,
like, so like, I don't know that my personality changed, but later in life, when I realized that I had some impulse control issues, I looked into it, and that part of the brain that controls impulse control. And I remember I was trying to, I was arguing with my therapist, trying to say, I don't have control over this because I had a head injury when I was 4. And she's just like, come on.
You're hiding behind your
I was trying anything to try to not take responsibility for, the lack of impulse control that I had.
That is hilarious. That's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
But so personality wise, you guys are different, you and your sister?
Oh God. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
She doesn't have issues with impulse control.
She's sober too, actually. She's been sober for several years. Yeah. But she actually lives way up in Alaska.
What part of Alaska?
It's in the Delta Junction. Yeah, it's closer to Fairbanks. It's in the middle of nowhere. She sent me her, you know how it's got the thermometer in your car?
Yeah.
It only goes to -40. It was at -40 the other day. I was like, oh,
really?
God. Oh, yeah. I don't.
Is she going to come see you in Anchorage?
Yeah. I'm actually, I'm hoping to put together a comedy show up there the day before the Death Punch show. So I want to go up there, do comedy the night before, play the Death Punch show, and then I'm going to stay like an additional week with my sister and just kind of hang out and check out Alaska.
That Anchorage comedy show is ready to go.
Nice.
Just whenever you're ready to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you need a comedy manager who gets stuff done, Craig Gass.
And now there's somebody who wants to join us. We had a text without saying his name, but there's somebody who said he wants to do shows with us. And
I'm excited about that.
That's actually a great idea.
I love it. That was fun.
Putting the three of us.
There's your teaser, people. A third party interested in joining Craig Gass and I.
3 rock dudes doing a night of comedy and storytelling around the country. I thought that might be a fun summertime thing to do.
I love it. And luckily our schedule's pretty wide open. So I actually have the time this year to continue working on our new record and playing a couple shows here and there. But that's the timing couldn't be better for us, taking a break from doing some shows with everything else going on. I'm so grateful that I have a job where I have the time to, focus on, personal stuff. Gives me the opportunity to follow through on other creative endeavors like stand-up comedy, doing this podcast, acting. I did the movie The Retaliators. So yeah, so grateful for the platform that's been gifted and all of the other opportunities that are available because of that.
It's crazy, dude. Your band is so popular. By the way, going back.
Don't say my band. I'll hear about that. Our band.
Yeah. Well,
I would definitely hear. Oh, his band, is it?
By the way, I want to point out one other thing. I sent Matt a clip that I wanted to play. That show. Do you have it queued up to the right spot? When it comes to assholes in public, I do remember one of the craziest moments I ever saw with an asshole in public. I've never in my life. I have seen easily thousands of bands performing, or at least thousands of concerts over the years, and I've never seen this in the middle of a show. I think it was the night that you and I filmed, like you and I were just getting to know each other. This is over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I filmed this thing where I was performing at the same festival. Main stage is Five Finger Death Punch, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Megadeth. It's all these massive bands. And then on the side, out in the parking lot, is a comedy stage. And it's me and Andrew Dice Clay and Mark Norman. And we're doing this smaller stage out there. And I thought it'd be fun to go around and film all these musicians giving me advice. And I went out front of house to watch you guys perform, and I didn't even know this was going on, but your singer stopped the show and made an announcement. And this is one of the coolest things I've ever seen at any concert ever.
Okay.
Play the clip.
First off, The next guy that I see rip a girl's shirt off, I will personally kick your fucking ass myself.
That's it.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's the father and Ivan coming out right there.
Anybody falls down, you. Now that we have this established, repeat after me, Ohio.
All right.
Say burn, motherfucker, burn, motherfucker, burn.
All right. That's it. That dude.
Yeah. He's really good at that. Like he doesn't wear what he does now, but he doesn't wear in-ears. The rest of us wear in-ears. So he can hear the crowd the whole time. He's able to pay attention the whole time. He's great at stopping when an issue like that comes up and nip it in the bud.
Dude, I've never seen anything like that before.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, I've seen moderately in the other directions, like, hey, look at these girls, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It was the first time, and it blew me away that it was at a heavy hard rock show.
Yeah.
And it was the singer of one of those bands saying, hey, if I see this happening to these women, I'm coming out there. I'm going to beat the shit out of you. And everyone was like, yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, damn, I didn't know that was going on from where I'm all the way in the back. That wasn't the greatest video footage, but the audio is what I wanted you to hear.
Yeah.
Dude, that was such an amazing thing.
Yeah, he's very attentive to what's going on out there. Definitely takes the safety of the fans out in the crowd very seriously, and will step up when something's going on up there. We actually, one of our last shows that we played this past year, I don't remember where it was. It was one of the last shows, but there was a big fight right there in the middle of, right in the front of the stage during the song "Wrong Side of Heaven." What that song is not aggressive at all. And I remember Ivan being like, really? During this song? I mean, you expect, burn, motherfucker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chaos going on.
Yeah.
Pits, that kind of thing. But Wrong Side of Heaven, that's when you decide. I think a guy was trying to hit I don't even know. But yeah, it was during Wrong Side of Heaven. People, there's so many other songs that mess people up too.